Talk about 3A. You've got Knox at Garrett. You're talking about a Garrett team that beat West Noble for the second time this season.
Yeah.
Another good game, 21-20. And Garrett is obviously riding high, undefeated on the season.
Yeah.
Knox comes in. They've got the leading rusher in the state in the McLaughlin kid. So if you're Garrett, how do you refocus? Obviously, last week was a big game to get up for. Regionals, obviously, you get up for.
Right.
You welcome in Knox. Garrett is going to be, I mean, that place is going to be thumping on Friday night.
I would be shocked if people aren't already camped out in front of Garrett High School right here on a Monday afternoon. Very similar to East Noble is Garrett was more dominant over the course of the season than East Noble. We kind of looked at Garrett and say, yeah, they're good, but once we get into 3A, they're going to run up against somebody. And you look at Knox, and they're a very good running team. But what Garrett has been able to do or was able to do for 2 times against Seth Pruitt, compared to what Seth Pruitt did against everybody else on the schedule. He's held to 12 carries, 15 yards, and a touchdown on Friday night. And that, to me, says, okay, Garrett can do what they did against West Noble against Knox. Knox is going to be a bigger challenge because they're better up front, in my opinion. But at the same time, the strength of Knox is that rushing game. We've seen Garrett shut down teams that strengths are their rushing attack. I think it's advantage Garrett at this point.
Yeah, you take a look at Garrett last week. If the stats were right, they lost 3 fumbles, which is
They did.
Which is
I
very.
think they're all hefty too. Hefty did all 3 of them.
Which is very un-Garrett-like.
Correct.
I can imagine Chris Depew is preaching ball security in practice this
Yeah.
week. But you do that against a West Noble team on the road, and you still win.
Yes.
Like sometimes you don't play the best teams when they don't play their best football find a way to win.
Yeah.
And Garrett did that.
And it gives Coach Depew, even after a sectional championship, going, guys, we didn't play our best game last week. We were lucky that a PAT was missed at the end of the game that could have sent that game into overtime. We were lucky to escape with the mistakes we made. That's what he can use this week to really fuel his team as it prepares for a regional championship game on Friday.
Yeah, really good learning tools at this
Yeah.
point in the season to keep your team sharp.